Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we will know about Hinata's defeat. Spoilers ahead, so watch out. Subscribe the channel for more web novel chapters. So, now let's start the video. I opened my eyes after the signal from Wisdom King Raphael. The time that had been prolonged 1,000,000-fold was returning to its normal flow, and thought Link was released. The vicinity was shrouded with scent of the battlefield and we were glaring at each other with the same stance we had a little while ago. In real time, half-hour had passed since the beginning of the fight. Even though I felt like the fight took place a long time ago, did my one-on-one fight with Hinata start only 30 minutes ago? Though I felt like time had already elapsed for several days, it looked like it never happened. Well then, shall we continue again? Like nothing happened, Hinata drew her sword. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, the last time I had the advantage over you, I stopped. So, why did you nonchalantly ignore it? I don't know. Isn't it common sense to end a battle after delivering the final blow? This bastard. Besides, after my subordinates became like that, I cannot afford to withdraw silently, right? What was she saying? So I thought, and looked around at my surroundings. Impossible, it is already impossible. Do as you like, you damn monster. Kufufufufu. It was more enjoyable than I thought. Let's us have a break for a while. What? Rest? Whatever. Damn it. Kufufufufu. Oh dear, don't say so. Such was exchange between Diablo and the Holy Knights. Go away, you nuisance. Ah, Soe-sama, how mean. For some reason, a redhead and beautiful Oni-san leaned coquettishly against Soe. How should I put it? What were you doing in the fight? My anger was about to gush forth slightly, you know. I am terribly sorry, RIMURU-sama. I was torturing her, but it seems I made a mistake. Somehow it became like this. Soe apologized to me while he pushed aside the redhead holy knight while being annoyed. Although I was puzzled by what kind of torture he had conducted, I was more worried about what kind of torture that could cause such a reaction. I really don't understand what's going on there. You, get away from Soe-sama. Soka shouts vigorously with loud voice. But the voice doesn't match with her completely exhausted appearance. She looks like she was unable to stand up. If you look around, Gabuta, Gabble and also Soe's shadow squad were exhausted and looked like they wanted to collapse. Next to them was Hekuro sighing. You guys, will be drilled and tempered by me. So he grumbled. As the words became the final blow, Gabuta and the others suddenly collapsed. Next to Gabuta and others, the Holy Knights were also similarly worn out and laying around. It seems like an intense battle had unfolded there. But it seemed their battle was not satisfying for Hekuro. Didn't they do their best with Holy Knights as the opponent? I was deceived. My opponent was the strongest one, so cruel. To end up drawing a hobgoblin as an opponent. I am also not in a good position. It can't be. I have tried my best. And yet why? Unanimously, they were complaining about something. Oh well, I have nothing else to say except condolences. Well, this was still okay, even though I still don't understand what happened to Soe's opponent, I will just leave it behind. But I soon caught a glimpse of a grievous scene that made me want to avert my eyes. I think they were Holy Knight who had become playmates of Ranga and Shion. Looking by a glance, lying in front of Ranga were 8 people that were left with only tattered pants. Ranga seemed to have carried them with his mouth, while wagging his tail energetically. My master. These people were the best to check my condition after my evolution. Ranga said so happily. Although I told him not to do things excessively, well, at least he didn't kill them. Oh you. Good for you then. Can I play more? No, please stop. Those people might be tired already. Is that so? I understand. Was he not playing enough? His tail has hung down, but were they relieved by my words? I think I heard relieved voices from the people under Ranga's feet. Yup. It was their voice, all right. If Ranga played another round with them, those people will die. Frankly, they were saved. Their faces, with their thankful eyes, were directed towards me. Was it all right for the Holy Knight to do that? I became a bit worried, but it can't be helped, since their opponent was Ranga. The main problem was about Shion's opponent's condition. Why did everyone's limbs disappear and their body left to squirm on the ground? I believed that Shion's smug face was a bad premonition. It really was. Oi, Shion, what did you do to those people? For the commendation, thank you very much. These things people, because they dared to try and oppose RIMURU-sama, I punished them a little. I'm not praising you, you idiot. Although Shion proudly answered, but no matter how you look at it, it was too overboard. In the beginning, except for my subordinates, I didn't really care about the people who opposed me or trash or something like that. Oi, although I said do your best, no matter how you look at it you are overdoing it. Don't kill them. Didn't I say that? It's alright. Everyone still lives energetically like this. No, even if they are alive, they were not in a good condition. Didn't those who lost their arms and legs have a blank and hollow expression? What's more, since they were protecting people, if they lack arms and legs, how could they fight against monsters? She doesn't understand what I want to say, this fellow. Xian, it seems like it's just you that did not obey my order. If you don't have any explanation. Just when I attempted to speak, oops. I forgot. You guys, be delighted and express your gratitude to RIMURU-sama. While saying such words, in a great haste she collects all the squirming holy knights under her feet in one swoop. And then sprinkles over the full potion, complete recovery medicine. In front of my sight, the holy knight's limbs were growing back. Although I don't understand her ability, she obtained a very terrifying ability, that Xian. Did she manipulate the system's effect? An absurd dangerous skill had awakened in this troublesome girl. I cannot stop myself from sympathizing with her opponent. The holy knight that had their arms and legs restored, were sharing their joy with each other. Their joy was great since they weren't turned into a disabled person, which is understandable because of how many daily training they had. Well, it's because of Xian's rampage, from now on I decided to pay more attention to her. Well, as long as Holy Knight's safety was confirmed, so I thought. However, oh well, about Hinata, is it because she saw her subordinates in a miserable condition? You reap what you sow, but this is just an excuse. It couldn't be helped. To set up the fence again, so let's become an enemy, huh? I understand. It can't be helped, I will be your opponent. However, no hard feelings in this. Can you swear if you lose fairly, you will not meddle with this country? I understand. Let's promise, this match is the last. I believe in you, Hinata. Unlike the previous time, the hesitation inside Hinata's eyes was gone. It also didn't look like she was exacting the revenge for the poor treatment of holy knights, maybe it's because she had properly listened to my words. That's good. You can't stay stubborn all the time. Well then, this was the last match. While holding each one's sword, we closed our distance together. Everyone, including the holy knights, were watching us intently. What is justice? Tedious talk is also not good. In the end, although it was annoying to resort to violence, it was easy to understand. To bet their beliefs, the fight between two people had restarted. However, frankly, there was no possibility for me to lose. After all, there was future attack prediction. Although Holy Attribute can pierce through Covenant King Ural's absolute defense, I already have eyes that can see all the sword lines. Having such thoughts, I must never think carelessly. In my vision, future attack prediction emitted light for the line of all predicted attacks NN. Surprised. What was the meaning of this? To me, who was having such thoughts, notification. The individual, Sakaguchi Hinata's growth was confirmed. She most likely posses, hero's egg. Because of this reason, she has become an existence that surpasses logic, and because of this result, she seemed to gain a resistance against result prediction system's ability. In other words, I must avoid using my own power. Why did this happen? Didn't I have the upper hand during the previous positions? To grow in the middle of the fight, although it was wonderful, to happen at this time was too much. Damn, what the hell does this mean? Seriously, even the gluttonous King Beelzebub vanished in the fight before. While thinking such things, I desperately warded off Hinata's sword. Even though she became hero's egg, it seemed to not strengthen her suddenly. That was a relief. Because I can still deal with her somehow. However, I can't win just by evading. There must something that I can do if not. Towards me who was lost in thoughts, notification. There is no problem. Gluttonous King Beelzebub's revival is possible. Huh, wasn't it annihilated? Notification. Although it was annihilated, it was possible to revive it, there was no problem. What the past tense for? Even so shouldn't you say that earlier? Shouldn't you? I was wavering between delight and annoyance. Wisdom King Raphael let out an even more explosive statement. Notification. Should Covenant King Ural's absolute defense be activated? Yes, no. Hey, why didn't you activate it since a little while ago? To my question, Wisdom King Raphael answered about this matter. I almost reached the limit of my surprise. Anyway, solution. Holy Attribute can pass through Covenant King Ural's absolute defense. Therefore, there was no point to activate it. Etc. So it announced. Even a perfectionist has a limit. During the fight with Hinata before, it said that the movement of Holy Attribute's attack was impossible to predict. Based on Raphael's analysis, about why it was possible to penetrate the absolute defense was because its substance was only spirit substance and shadow substance. It could pass because absolute defense's barrier which only protects against magic power. Raphael had reasoned that because it makes small-scale moves at random, prediction of its contact point was impossible. So why was Raphael talking about this while filled with confidence? In other words, it means that Raphael had devised a perfect way to defend against Hinata's attack, right? Solution. Not long ago, the data of Melt Slash that annihilated gluttonous King Beelzebub was collected. The result, Holy Sword Technique, Melt Slash was acquired. In this case, it was an event not covered in the prediction. It was now possible to percept the law of spirit substance's movement. Wait a minute, so that means, even if I received a direct hit from Hinata's sword a while ago, there was a possibility that I wouldn't receive any damage. Oi, you ignoring me, this bastard. So it means, not answering was the answer, huh? But, wait a minute, even if I received the direct hit from Hinata's Melt Slash before, I would not die. Solution. Of course. There was a possibility to receive large damage, but it was also possible to regenerate immediately. Then, why did it seem like you were panicking? Perhaps, it was because you wanted me to eat and analyze Melt Slash, right? Oh, you still don't want to answer again. This fellow, gradually the response becomes high class. If it is compared to human, it was good at scheming. Even if it had an ego, I could honestly believe it. But, certainly, it's because that was something I had wished for. Can I withstand that attack? Can I also use it? In that moment it understood my wishes and immediately executed it, huh? This ability, Raphael, was no joke overpowered. This ability was way too good for someone like me. No, I only exist for Master's sake. You immediately refuted it. Thank you. Hereafter, I will be relying on you, partner. But, I beg you to not do something secretly. Inside thought acceleration, the exchange between Wisdom King Raphael and I ended instantly. And, invoking Covenant King Ural's absolute defense, my left hand caught Hinata's sword. Astonished, Hinata opened her eyes wide. That was so. In my life, that was the fastest strike. Facing Hinata, complete victory for me, Hinata. So I announce it, I use Melt Slash. A shining flash. A strike flash that even eyes cannot follow. The sword in Hinata's hand was broken, and then the strike stops right before Hinata's neck. The match was decided. Hinata was frozen because of the surprise, but it was my complete defeat, RIMURU. You may do anything you like. So she muttered, and closed her eyes. The fight was over with my victory. Well then, finally, it seems Hinata has become meek to me. Did she finally agree to listen to my words? Thus, the Holy Knight's attack was completely fended off. Or precisely, I felt it was too one-sided. I think I would deliberately pretend to have never seen it. The cleaning up afterwards will be difficult, but the problem was solved for the time being. That's it for this video. Subscribe the channel for more web novel chapters. Meet you on next video.